So clearly the status quo is not acceptable. And we know in speaking with our fire company volunteers that there are creative ways to try to bridge that gap. I think all of us realize that if we had a fully employed fire department, the cost to the taxpayers is going to be huge because that's going to be primarily salary and benefits. And I don't know that that's necessarily what they are asking for. And certainly there are best practices in other communities where the retention of firemen and women, fire professionals, is higher. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. What are those best practices? What do you do at other communities to attract your volunteer fire professionals? And why don't we replicate the same? It's going to take investment, which we are willing to do, but it's far beyond the amount of money that we would end up having to pay if we had a professional fire department. So let's, going with the planning theme,
Yeah.
plan now, put that smaller investment in now so that we are an attractive community. Many of our fire professionals are actually from other communities that come here, we learned, which was a little bit surprising. So
Yep.
they are basically, as I look at it in a naive way, free agents. And where are they going to have the most
Yes.
favorable location to provide what they want to? And we have to make that attractive. And if that requires investment, that's what we need to do.
Exactly. And invest we will. And that's part of our platform. It has to happen. It has to happen. With all the building that's happening, we would be derelict in our duties not to do that. Now, I don't plan on being here for 25 years in elected office. If even if I do win this primary and I happen to win in November, you get me for one term, 3 years, and I am done. But what I plan on doing in 3 years, I don't know about you, Greg. You might want to continue. I don't. Um, I want to fix, I want to plan, I want to put those measures in place so that when the kids all take over in the future, it's done for them and they know how to do it correctly. Because when you inherit something that may not be, it may not be broken, but it may not be the best way to do it, you just continue to do that because you don't know any better. We bring kind of experience from other places, and we just want to put that plan in place, and that's basically what needs to be done. We're not going to This is not going to happen overnight. I can imagine the first year, if we do get in, is going to be extremely busy, just looking at everything and putting these measures into place. That's going to take a substantial amount of our time, and the time of all of the township committee people, to really dig into this, but that has to happen because that's the first part of planning. Is first you have to figure out what you have and how you're going to use it. And it's only at that point when we'll be able to actually understand what that investment's going to look like, where it's going to come from, and how it's going to be used.
I don't want to put words into Yola's mouth, but neither of us are professional politicians. We're not
No, we're not.
here for a long-term career in politics. I think hopefully you've gotten the sense from listening to us. We're a little bit worried about where our town's going and the lack of appropriate planning to be able to preserve the kind of community that attracted us 2 decades ago and many of you. And we feel responsible as long-term citizens here to try to correct that. And we would like to set up the foundation and get the process going in the right direction, and then have younger people take over and continue that going into the future. So
Yes,
we're
ma'am.
hoping to leverage that.